Have you ever asked yourself if it is possible to plant cucumbers in your house without a big backyard garden? Well, of course the answer is yes. There are many varieties of cucumbers that many people often think that it's necessary to have a large garden area to grow them. But there are varieties such as compact variety and bush variety that can easily be grown in a container. Welcome to your YouTube channel, ITTV. Remember, you are the original of yourself. There is no duplicate of you anywhere in the world. Bush varieties such as hybrid, salad bush, and pickle bush are excellent options when selecting the right seeds for your cucumber container plant. This cucumber variety is easy to grow in your small garden, perhaps in your patio or on your balcony. You just need to have the right container for growing this cucumber, and at the same time make sure that it's an area where your plant is exposed to sunlight. Like other fruiting vegetables, the most essential thing for a cucumber to grow is full sun. This is to ensure that they grow at their best and produce healthy vegetables. This would mean 6 to 8 hours of basking in the sun every day. In selecting the soil for your cucumber container, you have to make sure that you select the right potting mix, which is usually made up of potting soil, perlite, and peat moss. I have mentioned this in my previous episode. Never use garden soil nor landscape soil, because this often contains weed and seedlings that causes the soil to be heavy. This type of soil cakes and hardens so quickly that the roots of your plant will find penetration difficult, and once roots cannot penetrate the soil, the death of such crop is imminent. The final step would be choosing the right container for your cucumber plant. In choosing this, you have to make sure that you get something that is large enough to ensure that the roots grow undisturbed and steady, so you can guarantee that they yield the best fruits. Container-grown cucumbers need plenty of water, but you must ensure that they have good drainage as well. You'll need a large container with several holes for excess water to be drained off. Container sizes that are recommended for starters are 12, 18, and 24 inches in diameter and wideness. Try to choose the largest possible that you can get. The larger the container, the less time you will spend in watering your plants, as larger containers retain more water. Plant your seeds about an inch or two deep, and the spacing should be around 5 to 7 inches away from each seedling. Once the seeds are buried, cover up properly with soil and water. Once you see your seedling sprout its first 4 leaves, try to part them without pulling its roots. Just cut them off at the soil line. Leave a stem per seedling and cut off the other 3 leaves that are growing together with it. The essence of this is that all nutrients will be directed and focused on the one stem for robust fruit yields. Growing your cucumber plants in a container should take you around 60 days from the time you buried your seed in the soil to the time you finally harvest them. You will start to see your cucumber plant vining around your pot. This is why it was necessary to have them planted at an average of 6 inches apart from each other. This will ensure that each seedling will have enough space for its leaves and vines to grow without having their roots disturbed and their plants tangled. At this point, like a mother to a child, your growing plant would now be needing more and more nutrients, needing for us to step up with our responsibility in growing this. Cucumbers are heavy feeders, and this is the part of this season wherein we would start putting some fertilizer, as our plant is having a lot of responsibility as it grows its leaves, flowers, and fruits. We would have to put fertilizer every 10 to 14 days. Fertilizers from our local farmers market would do, as long as it's labeled for edible or labeled for vegetable use. Organic fertilizers would work great for this too. Fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are best because these are the basic needs of our growing plant. Another tip for our growing cucumber plant would be to trellis our cucumbers. Whatever variety of cucumber you have, either bush or compact, they would still need to have trellis. Since these cucumbers would sprawl all over the ground, around our large pot, As they grow large, producing many fruits, this may attract critters, bugs, and unwanted pests that might harm our plants, and even feed on our cucumber fruits. Trellising them just inside our large pots would do. They don't necessarily need to have those high fences and barricades. We just need to have enough wherein their vines could sprawl, instead of sprawling off on the ground. You have to make sure that your trellis is well supported and sturdy, that it doesn't get easily blown by the wind, as when the cucumber plant's vine, they may become heavy and may cause your trellis to fall, defeating the purpose of having them in the first place. Make sure your container is in a very protected spot if you are trellising, and make sure that it won't blow over if there is wind. To guarantee that our plants continue to grow, produce flowers, and yield more fruits, we have to maintain our watering schedule system. About 1 to 2 gallons of water once a week. Also, don't forget that by this time, you would need to apply fertilizer every 10 to 14 days. Cucumbers may grow pretty fast. Most cucumbers may get bitter and seedy as they become overripe. So make sure that you check your cucumber plants from time to time for ripe cucumbers. Some varieties may be small and taste better depending on their size. They can grow from as small as a pickle or as large as 13 inches. When harvesting your cucumbers, never pull them from its vine. Make sure that you use a pair of sharp scissors to cut just a little bit above its stem, right below the main vine. Cutting it off from its stem would ensure that the main vine remains intact so that it can still continuously produce flowers and at the same time yielding more fruits, and hopefully produce larger fruits later. There you have it, guys! I hope this video has helped you identify which variety of cucumber would be most suitable for you to grow, as well as tips and tricks in making sure that you produce the best vegetables. Please give this a thumbs up if you got some insights and tips. Remember, I will be here every day of the week to give you more insights into home gardening and staying healthy with these vegetables. Subscribe to this channel, ITTV, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you will be the first to know when I upload another interesting and informative video for you. Also, click the like button and give a thumbs up. And don't forget, you are the original of yourself. There is no duplicate of you anywhere in the world.